Welcome to another video, guys, and today's sponsor is CarVertical. Stay tuned and we'll talk a little bit about them shortly. But first, we are going to be talking about my ownership of a 2021 Toyota Corolla 2-litre hybrid. So as you lot may or may not know, I currently work for Toyota, the car brand. However, it has now come to that time for me to depart from that company, so I actually am leaving, which means I actually have to give this car back. This is a company car and I've had it for around 3 months now, so I thought, why not actually make a video? As you lot already know, that I haven't really made much content on this car on my channel, only because a lot of people probably don't like hybrids.
Whoa, wait 1 second.
So this is what today's video is all about, is, you know, someone that had a Golf R, that's into cars. What is my perspective of a hybrid car? So I thought I'm going to touch base on 5 good things that I like and 5 things that I dislike about this car. But let's get straight into today's sponsor and then we'll get back into the video. Have you been super excited to get yourself a new used car where you feel you may have missed some red flags? Here's you with the salesman getting ready to sign the contracts to your new used car, and you are nonetheless wiser of what you're about to sign and get. As you can see, here's a CHR where there's no damage. However, there has been some hidden secrets with this vehicle. As you can see here, it was involved in a previous accident. So with today's sponsor CarVertical, we're going to find out all the hidden secrets to these vehicles. Let's check it out on how you actually use it. Okay, so we're going to give this a trial. We're going to put in the chassis number or the registration, is up to you, and it's going to now scan the vehicle. So we're just going to wait and see what happens. Okay, so success, we have found records for this vehicle. So in this question is a Toyota CHR. So full report, we've got 19 checks. So we're going to click on that. We're going to confirm. It's going to keep checking. Okay, so it is now ready. We're going to click on view report, and we can see here that no mileage fraud has been disclosed by the report. The car has not been stolen, it has not been involved in an accident, and the car has not been used for any business use such as taxi. Okay, so moving down, as you can see, there is some activity. It also mentions spotted activity, mentions the car being manufactured, the date, when it was registered. It even mentions when the car has changed ownership. Moving down, you can see that it's had a plate change. Mileage, now this car's fairly new, so as you can see, the mileage is obviously going to be correct and is actually really low. However, more older models, there could be people in the past doing some fraudulent mileage clock backs, so definitely you could spot that looking here. But as you can see here, it's a nice clear graph. Moving down, you can see there's no problems found, and so on and so forth. So yeah, make sure you check these guys out. There will be a link to the website with my special discount code, so make sure you check them out if you're looking to buy yourself a used car, as it is a very big market and you need to definitely make sure that you are buying the correct car for yourself. So definitely check them out, and a massive shout out to CarVertical for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so right, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I don't like before I talk about the 5 things that I do like. So number 1, and this is in no particular order, number 1 dislike, for me personally, this car is too slow and it's also too quiet. Maybe that plays a part to the fact that I had a 400 bhp Golf R, and you know, it had a back box delete, so it was really loud. But me personally, I like fast cars and loud cars, so for me this car just doesn't cut the mustard. It's too quiet and it's also too slow for me. Dislike number 2, considering this is a 5-door hatchback, I feel like there's not really much space inside. You know, I'm around 5'9" and I've got my seat all the way back, and there's actually no leg room for someone to sit behind me. So, you know, considering it's meant to be a family small hot hatch or whatever you want to call it, there's not really much space. And I do understand that this is a hybrid, so we've got a hybrid battery literally right underneath the rear seats, and the 12-volt battery is actually at the back. So even if you see the boot space, there's actually no space at all. So for me, that's a dislike. With my Golf, I was able to throw my big mountain bike in the back and you know, drive to the forest to do some nice trials. But in this, I actually can't fit my bike, which is a bit of a red flag. So the boot space is actually really small in this car due to the fact that the 12-volt battery is actually located in the boot, as you can see here. So it actually doesn't really leave you with much room to put luggage or any shopping in. Dislike number 3. Everyone thinks that I'm an Uber driver, which is quite frustrating. So if I'm, you know, parked up on the side road, I'm getting approached by people thinking that I'm their Uber ride. So it's not really cool. Dislike number 4 is in regards to the battery. It doesn't actually always work. And what I mean by that is there's a button here which is EV mode. So whenever I'm sitting in traffic and I want to just put it in EV mode, which is electric only, it actually doesn't work. I keep getting an error message saying that the battery is too low. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but it's quite frustrating considering it's a hybrid and I actually can't use one of its benefits. Dislike number 5, and the final of them all, is the fact that in EV mode, again in hybrid only mode, electric only mode, this car is capable of doing up to 30 miles an hour in just electric mode before the engine kicks in. And depending on how much throttle response you give will depend on whether the engine is going to kick in or not. And what I've noticed is that it's really sensitive. So if the car doesn't like the pressure of the throttle that I've given it, it will kick in the engine straight away. So if I'm just in electric only mode at the lights and I'm trying to pull off after the red light, you know, no matter how soft and less aggressive I do it, it will say that I've you know, pressed the pedal too aggressive and it will kick the engine straight in. So quite frustrating. So now talking about the 5 things that I actually liked about this car, was straight away it's going to be the fuel consumption and the range. Full tank would be £48, just like your local Tesco's or Shell, and that would get me around 600 plus miles range. So I actually can't even tell you the last time I put in fuel. I can't remember. And someone like me, I travel around 20 miles a day, let's just say. So yeah, like it's pretty good. It's really good on fuel considering what I used to use and spend on my Golf. This is amazing, I'm not gonna lie. Like number 2 is the fact that the car is quiet. So someone like me that comes home really early in the morning or late at night and leaves early in the morning to go to work, with my Golf R having a back box delete, it was really loud, so it really used to annoy my neighbors. But with this car, you wouldn't even know whether the car was on or off. So I think that was a pretty cool feature. Like number 3, how easy it is to drive. Now this is my daily. The fact that it's got a CVT gearbox and it's smooth and like literally it's endless on how easy it is to drive this car, and it actually is really comfortable to be in. The seats are good, the you know, like the suspension is good, so when I'm going over speed bumps and stuff, it's actually really smooth. Like number 4, how actually cheap it is to run. Now insurance is cheap, as you know, the fuel is cheap, and the fact that for maintenance is easy to maintain, because cars like this, hybrids and cars that run on a lot of electrical components, it actually doesn't really like put much stress on the engine. So in regards to maintenance, it's actually really good. Now for me, this car is only 3 months old, so I've actually done no maintenance for this car. But me working for Toyota, I've, you know, seen 200,000 miles Toyota Priuses and Corollas, Auruses, and they're coming in with really high mileage, and they're coming in just for a general service. So it definitely is a reliable car. So I think that's another plus. And last and final is how responsive the electric motor is. Now considering this is a heavy car, I believe it weighs in at over 1,500 kilos, and it's a naturally aspirated engine. So it's, as you know, it's a 2-litre naturally aspirated engine with obviously the hybrid, the electric motor. Considering I'm at the traffic lights and I've got, you know, young people or whoever that may want to race me at the lights, for example, they are very quickly surprised on, you know, how quick this actually is off the lights, because it's just electric only, so there's actually no delay, it's instant, and it's pretty cool. I actually do enjoy the electric side of the car, but as an overall, for me personally, I'm more into my petrol engines. I like cars that are loud and fast. Hybrid is definitely the future, but this particular model isn't for me. But yeah, so this was my overall experience. This wasn't going to be a long video because I really haven't had the car for too long, and it's mainly just been a A to B car, unfortunately for me. So on that note, guys, hopefully this helps someone else out there that may be particular looking to buy themselves a hybrid. So on that note, guys, please like, share and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure you check out CarVertical. Once again, a massive thank you for sponsoring today's video, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.